Hey, I'm Maggie. I work with a lot of teams building voice agents on Bland, and one question comes up early every single time. How do I keep the thing on the rails? Conversational pathways are how you make that happen. Sort of like a choose your own adventure story, you map the conversation out as a flow with different branching points, connections between them, and rules for when the agent moves from one step to the next. So the agent always knows where it is, what it's trying to get, and where it's allowed to go next. Let me show you. We're gonna walk through an example pathway and show you the ropes. So this is the main screen of any given pathway. You'll see we've got version control here, so you can basically take your pathways from development to staging into production and taking live calls with your customers. When you actually go to edit a pathway, this is sort of what the UI looks like. We've got a collection of nodes and edges in sort of a graph here. You'll see there's a bunch of options to add new nodes. We'll sort of dive into that in a sec. Every pathway, the way you can think about it is you're basically going through the conversation node by node. So each node is a subsection of your conversation that you want your agent to have some maybe more niche understanding of. For example, this pathway is for address verification. So we are calling a business to see, hey, are you still at this address? If yes, we will transfer you off to our representative. If no, we collect the correct address and end the call. And there's a bunch of other edge cases that you can handle really elegantly in pathways, like hitting the wrong number or reaching a user's voicemail. In each node, there's a bunch of different things that you can configure. First and foremost, there are three main prompts. The first prompt is the dialogue prompt. This helps the agent understand what to say to the user, what actions to take if it's navigating an IVR, or just how to understand, what part of the conversation it's in. The second prompt you get is the loop condition. A loop condition is basically a gate that tells the agent whether or not it's allowed to move on from the current node that it's in to any subsequent node. That can obviously be one or many. The way we like to think about prompting these is as a condition with pretty Boolean logic. The condition is achieved if this is true, the condition is not achieved if this is the case. And the agent will basically evaluate this every time it's done taking a turn in each individual node. The last set of prompts you get are variable extraction. Transcript and audio data can be super messy, so we actually allow the agent to extract hard variables for you to use at the time that the call is complete, or actually later on during the live call as well. You can grab strings, integers, or booleans, just prompting the agent what it should be. Maybe the user's date of birth, or an address in this case that they provided, or even a boolean for if this is the correct number or not. We've got a bunch of different node types, as you can see over here. This one happens to be what we call an IVR node. This basically just means that the agent gains the ability to press buttons, basically just allowing it to, navigate through those menus that we all know and don't love. Once we actually get into other node types though, like end call, for example, the agent will say something out loud to the user and then actually hang up the phone. So in the case that we've reached the wrong person, we want to make sure the agent understands how to politely end the call and let the person go along with their day. The next thing I want to kind of dive into outside of the nodes is the routing. This, in the same way, is very dynamic. So you get access to a couple different things when you're building a route. You get a label and a description. And the agent will basically see all of these at the same time and say, okay, which is pertinent to the version of the conversation that I'm running through right now, and I'll pick that and follow that pathway if I've achieved that loop condition. Once you've sort of got all of this configured, so I've mapped out my whole call flow here, I want to confirm I'm talking to the right user, verify their address. If the business is closed, I maybe want to collect the correct address or end the call. And then if it is the correct address, I'm actually going to transfer out to the live representative to say, hey, let's go grab some further information from these people because I've verified it's the correct person. On a node level, there's a bunch of other things you can configure, like tools that the agent can use dynamically. Maybe you wanted to do some level of appointment scheduling. It can actually access calendars or CRMs, all that good stuff. We also have really robust testing. So we have something called standards, which basically allows you to set a baseline that your agent should never regress below. So say you're in your agent making changes while it's actually taking live calls in production. You never want to push those changes if you don't meet some standard, let's say. There's also a bunch of settings you gain access to. So we have something called a global node that basically means you're drawing a route to that node from every single node in the pathway. So the agent is able to access it sort of as an escape hatch throughout the rest of the call. This is really helpful for escalations to live agents, or maybe if you've reached the wrong number and you only find out much later, something like that. You have a bunch of advanced options available to you that sort of allow you to do this sort of choose your own adventure to whatever level you can imagine. Once it's actually time to make the call, you can come in here in our test pane and actually do in-browser voice test. You can set a bunch of different things like what language you want to run the call in, where you want to start the conversation, maybe you only want to start it partway through, and also the voice. I've actually got a demo configuration set here, and we can actually just start a voice chat and test it out. Hello?
Hey, this is Alex with Bland. Just calling real quick to check some address info. Am I speaking with someone at UPS San Francisco?
Yes, this is Maggie. I'm at UPS San Francisco.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Maggie. So I just wanted to check, you guys still at 1 Market Street in San Francisco?
Yes, we are. Bottom floor.
Oh, perfect. That's all I needed. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
So you can see in that call how the agent was traversing the pathway, going to different nodes, and using that niche context to sort of handle each bit of the conversation in a very specific way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's a pathway. Nodes for each step, connections that decide where the agent goes, conditions that make sure it doesn't skip ahead, and the node types to actually do the work. Then you test it until it's solid. The fastest way to get the feel for it is to build one. There's a car rental template in your dashboard. Duplicate it, run a few calls through it, and then start changing things. Have fun.